Why make new original TV shows when we can just revive old tried and true properties, right? Well, that's the attitude a lot of networks seem to have, at least, as reboots and revivals are being announced. But I'm not mad about it. That means some of my favorite 90s shows are coming back to the big and small screens. Now, when I say 90s shows, I'm talking about all the awesome content flowing through the airwaves during that decade. The 90s were the prime time to appreciate both new cartoons and classics without there being 700 streaming services and cable channels. There's a few projects in the works that I'm particularly pumped for, but first, go down and hit subscribe and turn on your notifications. We're always keeping you in the loop on upcoming movie and TV projects, and you don't want to miss a thing. First, I need to talk about the All That reboot. The show has come back in a big way with an all-new cast of youngsters, plus some familiar All That faces. The show is filled with the original comedy sketches and updated with impersonations of today's most popular celebrities.
I don't know what I'm looking at, so I'm just gonna say my name.
Say it, girl.
Beyonce.
Each episode also has a musical guest, including, of course, the Jonas Brothers. The best part, though, there's appearances from the original All That cast, including Grape-Nosed Boy himself, Kel Mitchell.
Stop that. Would you stop?
Oh, and Kel is also executive producing with his best bud and longest-running SNL cast member, Kenan Thompson. The show airs on Nickelodeon on Saturday nights at 8:30 Eastern. Hang on to your diapers, babies. The Rugrats are coming back. Oh, my nostalgia. The show is getting a new 26-episode season and a live-action movie with CGI. Regardless of how you feel about that, everyone can be excited to see the original characters return, including Tommy, Chucky, Phil, Lil, Susie, Angelica, and some new faces too. We don't know yet when to expect the TV show, but the movie has already started production and is set to be released on January 29th of 2021. The president of Paramount Players said in a statement, "Now feels like the ideal time to reintroduce this iconic cast of characters to a whole new generation of young fans. Kids who grew up with Tommy Pickles and the Rugrats crew will now be able to share that experience with their own children." Agreed, and my 8-year-old self could not be happier. Hello, nurse! The Animaniacs are heading to Hulu. They've been given a 2-season, straight-to-series order of a brand new version of the iconic 90s cartoon, making it the first original family series to be produced at Hulu. Steven Spielberg is back to executive produce, and the show is set to premiere in 2020. As if that wasn't enough, as part of the deal, Hulu is now the home to all 99 episodes of the original Animaniacs, plus Pinky and the Brain, Pinky Elmira and the Brain, and Tiny Toon Adventures. Spielberg said this, "I am so pleased and proud that Animaniacs will have a home at Hulu. Together with Warner Brothers, we look to bring new audiences and longtime fans into this wild world of Yakko, Wacko, and Dot." The Animaniacs coming back in modern day is an ingenious idea. Now I just have to wonder if this new version of the show will have just as many innuendos.
Now find your seats.
Got my seat.
Got mine.
Here's mine. Bet you don't have trouble finding yours.
Everyone's favorite animal rivals are headed to the big screen in 2021, but in a whole new way. You guessed it, live action. Some names attached to the project, just to name a few, include Ken Jeong, Michael Pena, Rob Delaney of Deadpool 2 fame, Colin Jost, and Chloe Grace Moretz. Let the cat and mouse games continue! Last, but definitely not least, is the Jetsons, and you guessed it, live action. Robert Zemeckis will be executive producing the new series in addition to helming the pilot episode. The show is set 100 years in the future and looks at this futuristic family in a whole new way. There's no set date yet for when ABC plans to move the pilot into production, but if I could make one suggestion, can we get a Flintstones reboot too? Then they can cross over and stuff. How cool would that be? That's just a few of the reboots and revivals that I'm most excited about, but there are tons in the works and I want to hear your thoughts. So go down to the comments, and while you're down there, hit subscribe and turn on your notifications. You don't want to miss any updates involving these projects and more in the world of entertainment news.